How to build the perfect motivated seller list in under 5 minutes. What is up guys, Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I want to share with you exactly how you could start pulling government lists in under 5 minutes. So you're probably starting to get into government lists when I talked about them, maybe some of my streams, or you've seen some videos, or you gone through the course for wholesaling.com and you want to start pulling these super niched out, great free motivated seller lists. Now, here's the issue. For a lot of these type of lists, they are, number one, really hard to get. And I get why they're hard to get, because once you get them, they're really good to be marketing. Another reason is they take a lot of time to pull. And so what I'm gonna do is share with you 3 proven strategies to get these lists really quick, really simple, and really fast. So in this video, we're gonna break this down step by step today. Now you gotta remember, the perfect list is the list that no other wholesaler in your market's going after, AKA a tough or difficult list. You gotta remember, if everyone can market to this list and everyone can reach out to these sellers, and if we have 7 wholesalers going after them, it's probably not a good list. It is not that quote perfect list. And that is why the harder the list, usually the better. So what are government lists, and specifically, what are the ones that we're talking about today? Well, there's a lot of government lists out here, but specifically the ones I want to talk about today are code violations, probates, pre-foreclosures, fire damaged properties, water shutoffs, the arrest record lists, tax liens, tax delinquencies, and the credit card debt lien list. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, especially in the 30-day wholesaling challenge, you know there's a lot more government lists than that, and I can go all day about government lists, trust me. I love them, they work well, but let's just stick to those specifically because those are the top ones. And how do you get them really quickly? Well, there's 3 simple strategies or ways to get these lists really quick. Number 1, and let's talk about this, just going online and getting this list. Now, for these broad amount of government lists, a lot of them are going to be online and some of them are not. Now, most of these government lists are governed at a county level. So if you're international, you don't live in the United States, really quick, the United States is pretty much divided into states, 50 states, the United States, and then every state has a mini state, or what we call a county. And so that is a district inside of the state. Counties in every single state, so that makes over 3,000. And unfortunately, because these government lists are governed at the county level, there are 3,000 different agencies that will run these type of lists, which means county 1 is going to be very difficult maybe to get online. And if you just go like a mile over to the next county, it might be online and super simple to get this list. So I'm trying to make this for everybody watching this, because you might be like, Zach, in my county doesn't work like this, and in your county it might do. And in your county, that actually might work. And so I'll say for a decent amount, this is going to be the case, but probably for you, it's not going to be online. But we still have to check. And so how do we check? Now, for a lot of these government lists, we're going to have to use the clerk of the court. And again, don't fret. I'm going to show you exactly in this video which ones are clerk of the court, which ones are specific agencies, so you can make it a lot easier to pull these type of lists. And then the other half are going to be the individual government agencies. So for example, if we're going after the water shutoff list, I'm not going to the clerk of the court online for this data. I'm going to go to the utility department and get it straight from them. And usually the clerk of the court is going to be right there, simple and easy. In under 5 minutes, I can pull this list. And I hate to say this, unfortunately, sometimes the clerk of the court does not have the online information. Now, the next step, and this can all be done in 5 minutes, what we want to do is try to get the court dockets. Now, I don't want to try to be too specific with this or too like over your head of like confusion, because when I was starting out, the stuff was really confusing. So I'm going to try to say this as slowly as possible. But again, number 1, we're going to try to see if the clerk of the court has the court information. And if it doesn't, what we're going to have to do is go by the court docket. And the court docket is basically a schedule of the court cases, and that will actually reveal if it's a probate, a lien, a pre-foreclosure, etc. Now, if that doesn't work, we might have to file something called a FOIA request, spelled F-O-I-A, and not my favorite thing to do, but you can do it and get it back pretty quick and easy. So that is something we can do. And then on top of that, sometimes your government agency, like I know this is easy in Florida. In Florida, a lot of data is really simple. If you're looking for virtual wholesaling, you can get a lot of this stuff online. Like for example, one of my counties, 1 out of 5 that I locally do, they actually have the code violations 100% easily online, which makes my life really easy. But usually the other 4, you have to individually get in person. Now, number 2, another easy, simple strategy to get this list in under 5 minutes is just sending the government agency or the clerk of the court a simple email. What kind of email is this? I recommend you go to ChatGPT and just have them write it for you and write something like, make an email to the Harris County Utility Department requesting a list of all the properties that got shut off due to non-payment in the last 30 days. And let ChatGPT word it, make it sound all great, sexy, and professional. Copy and paste it, find their email. You can just use utility department, Houston or Harris County, find the records department or just someone you can send the information to in the website, and then send that email to them. Now, this is not a 100% accurate thing, but what I can tell you is you'll have probably a 20% chance they actually email you the entire list. And so I always say it's worth a shot. Remember, you send thousands of these out, you're gonna get some information. Also, this is like a bonus. This might take like 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. So it might be cheating here, but you just call the records department over for the agency or the clerk of the court. They should help you out with this a little bit. And then number 3 here, and this is basically another hack I like doing. This is just using a software to go pull this information. I personally like something like dmzac.com or listrei.com to get this information. It's one of my favorite websites to pull this information really quick. I got the liens, the pre-foreclosures. They even have pre-probates in there too. And in under 30 seconds, I can get the information. And heck, even in dmzac.com, I get them skip trace absolutely for free with using dmzac.com. Now, on top of this too, you can actually go in person and pull this information, but that's gonna take over 5 minutes to do, so that's not part of this video. And I do wanna make this very clear, this is not a 100% guarantee that you're gonna get this information in under 5 minutes. I would say you have a very good chance of getting it using these strategies, but again, it's not guaranteed. Calling, following up, going in person, that's really where you're gonna push it and really guarantee you get the government list. But it is always worth a shot to try it in under 5 minutes to get this type of list. Now, what I wanna do right now is break down every type of government list I just mentioned and just share with you for method 1 and for method 2, how to get the information to go get the data. Now, number 1 is gonna be code violations. How do I get the code violation list? What you're gonna do is go to the counties and or cities, so this is really important. Let's use Dallas, Texas, for example. Dallas, Texas has a City of Dallas code enforcement, which has the code violations. And then there's a Dallas County code enforcement department too. So what I'm gonna do is find the City of Dallas, because even in the county, the cities actually will govern their own code violation list too. So it's very important to do both of these. And so get the City of Dallas and the Dallas County code enforcement lists, and we can go online, try to get them, or call them, or send that simple email to the code enforcement department. The next list here is going to be the pre-foreclosure list. This is a list of people that are behind on their mortgage payments. And the best way to find this list is going to be going to the clerk of the court. You're going to find something called a list pendants, or what we call a notice of default, sometimes a notice of foreclosure. Really, in freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course, we really do a full breakdown on this, like really step by step, go way more into detail. But the county clerk of the court online is gonna be where we're gonna find it the easiest. And then the software has pulled this information really simple and easy too. Next, probate, basically the same thing. You go to the clerk of the court and go by probate records. I do wanna make this very clear. Some people claim on a software to pull the probates. dmzac.com is actually guilty of this. They say probates, but really is a pre-probate. You can only get the official probate list from going to the county clerk of the court, not really from any softwares as of the recording of this video. If it does change, I'll let you know. Hopefully technology changed this. But as of this video, you have to get it at the county level. No software currently pulls this information. And I've seen some people claim to be able to have a software to do it. Usually these type of services are 2 to 3 months old, and in my opinion, worthless, because you gotta get the data as quick and easy as possible. Next here is the fire damage property list, and the fire damage property list can be done at the fire department for the city and or county. So very similar to code violations, we're gonna get a list of people that had their house go on fire and the fire department went to the house. So you gotta go to the fire department and get this data individually from their department. Same thing with maybe the water shutoff list, which you probably heard today. You go to the utility department and get a list of people who are not paying their water bills and they shut the water off because they didn't pay that. You can also technically do the electric, but the electric is just too wishy-washy with FP&L. It's a private company. Utility department though is a little different. It is not a private company. It's usually public, so we can get the information quick and easy. Next here are tax liens. Tax liens are at the at the county clerk of the court level of people putting liens, basically a lien record. So I like that. Now the tax delinquency list is going to be from the property appraiser or the property tax collector of the county, and they have this information. Next here is the credit card debt lien list, and this is basically a lien with credit cards, and you can get this from the county clerk of the level in the liens court section. Now I do share exactly step-by-step of me like looking over my shoulder doing this online in my free real estate course, freewholesaling.com. I know I've probably said it a lot of times today, but it is the ultimate free course on how to learn how to wholesale real estate step-by-step with $0, no credit card needed, just showing you how to wholesale real estate for free. So check it out there. I share stuff that YouTube does not let me share, so that's why I love it so much. So guys, make sure you go there and make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed